smooth sailing tonight. Anything that you want from me, of the night. There ain't nothing but smooth sailing tonight. Anything that you want from me, of the night.
All right, y'all, so obviously we're out running errands. I actually did a few things without y'all because, you know, it was like a lot of ripping and running back and forth, and I didn't feel like grabbing the camera. Y'all know how it is. But anyway, girl, y'all, why did somebody just try to scam me on TikTok, girl? I said, baby, you got the wrong one. So anyway, I go on to TikTok because I've been taking care of business today or whatever. So, you know, I deserve me like a little TikTok break or whatever. So it goes down to TikTok, girl, and it was like, you have 2 new messages. So I look at the messages or whatever, girl. It's a white man in my inbox or whatever. Look at the message or whatever, but before I responded or anything, I went to his page because, you know, now you got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You know, I had to go look at them political beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, girl, you know, I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice looking guy, nice body, you know, he's a nice looking dude or whatever. So I respond back to the message, and I'm like, you know, because his message said, hi, how are you? No, he led with this. He said, if you had an extra $5,000, what would you do with it? Would you pay bills, help family, buy food, you know, whatever. So then, of course, I respond back, and y'all know I'm a saver, but, you know, of course, I had to, you know, play the game. So I was like, oh, I would pay bills or whatever. So then he you know, we started going back and forth or whatever. This fool talking about he looking for a sugar baby. He don't want no nudes or nothing, but right now he has a contract assignment in Ireland, and he gets lonely and he just want people, like someone online to talk to or whatever, talking about I'll take care of you and you know, make sure you have everything you want and everything you need and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, so you don't have I'm thinking to myself, you don't have no vetting process. There is no vetting process. You just in everybody's inbox probably. So I knew it was a scam, girl, when he was like, I'll pay you with my PayPal business account. Y'all know I only fool with PayPal when it comes to business, because with PayPal you can do disputes and, you know, stuff like that if you have to. And so, girl, the minute he said that, he said the next word, what's the second word that most scammers like to say? All right, what's the other system in communication that they likes to use? Say it together, class. Telegram. Baby, when that fool was like, you know, let's talk on Telegram, I was like, hell no, this is a scam or whatever. And it's just amazing to me that people don't think that you would have the wherewithal or just the knowledge to know that this is a scam. Number one, again, there is no vetting process. You just online asking people, you know, telling people you need a sugar, he said a sugar baby. That's what he said. So you just online soliciting random women to be your sugar baby. There is no vetting process. You talking about as long as you don't cheat on me and you be loyal and you talk to me when I'm online. I'm like, first of all, who got time to be sitting up online all day talking? I have shit to do. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got work to do. I have things to do. So I don't have time to be sitting up, you know, messaging somebody all day. When that fool was trying to move me off of one platform onto another, y'all, that's how you know it's a scammer. And he's talking about, well, we would have to use PayPal business because you know, I have to figure out what he said about. I think he said he would have to use his PayPal business account. Oh, because he's in Ireland. Everything is going back to him being in Ireland. Oh, and then, girl, wait a minute. He gonna talk about talking about when I come home from my contract job. You know, we can go shopping at Gucci and like he started naming all of these stores or whatever, and then talking about you know, we can go on vacation to Monaco, and I'm like, you know, this shit is moving really, really fast. So I'm like, obviously what you trying to do is not working, because it's like you trying to get anybody to play this game. I'm just amazed at how people don't think that people are up on it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, this day and age, it should be harder and harder for people to scam you. Like my friend was telling me, girl, the other day, she got a call from somebody from Chase talking about, hi, somebody tried to open an account in your name. Can you verify your name? She's like, well, if they tried to open an account in my name, why would I have to verify it? You should know. You should be giving me the information or whatever. And I was like, it's just, I'll be honest with you guys, y'all just get ready, because we're about to be, y'all thought 2019, 2020, when we was in the panini for a couple of years, y'all thought it was a bunch of scamming in, baby. It's really about to go down now. It's about to get crazy out here, because I just feel like there's going to be a lot of that because of, you know, everything going on. It's a lot of people that are destitute. Y'all, I'm pretty sure you guys know what happened when he tried to, you know, pull the plug from everybody, girl. I said, baby. So basically, you know, the Timu the Clown tried to stop all Medicaid, Medicare, Section 8 benefits, but it wasn't just that. It was things, you know, it was just things that was going to impact everybody. Like that, him trying to do that was gonna mess up like all of the construction and just major things that are going on. So anyway, girl, because of that, I do think that it didn't go through, by the way, obviously, because if it would have, you know, this would be a whole different conversation. So basically they put the shamalama ding dong on there. Somebody came and slapped that little fat orange hand, girl. Baby, they slapped that hand, that orange hand of his. And, you know, so that basically stopped everything. But I just feel like this is about to be a cesspool and a breeding ground for the scammers. I need to run over here. Y'all already know. Well, if you don't know, you'll know now. I'm about to run down over here to the pawn shop, girl. I am still looking for a camera. Like, I will not give up hope. Now, the last time I showed y'all in here, I kind of snuck and filmed a little bit, because I don't necessarily think they really want you in here filming, but I really want a camera, and the camera that I want is not cheap. You hear me? So if I can find somebody, you know what I'm saying, that turned theirs in, maybe because they couldn't make their light bill and they had to come down to the pawn shop. I'm not laughing, by the way, at anybody's situation, because that's a really sad situation to be in, to have to start pawning your things because you can't, you know, you have to make ends meet or whatever. So I'm not laughing at that. I just want to make that clear. But I am open to taking, you know, a opportunity to source some affordable items, because again, the camera I want is not cheap. In addition to that, you still have to purchase an external lens to go with it. And so if I can get one cheaper at the pawn shop, I will. But let me go in here and look around. And if I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna film. Okay, so I'm not gonna film because I don't want no problems. So let me go in here, look around real quick, and then I'll call you guys back when I get in the car.
Hey, baby, hey, hey, baby, hey.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell.
Okay, so he did in fact let me film. Hold on, I'm trying. Okay, I thought I had gotten another message from UPS. Baby, when I tell you they didn't had your girl running up and down to UPS all day, because what happened was I went and picked up a package, and then they contacted me again after I left. I had to go back and pick another package up. But yeah, girl, they changed their policy on how they do things now at UPS. So I had to take my passport and, you know, some other verification things down there to re-register for my mailbox. So y'all, it's getting crazy. It's going to get to the point where we're going to have to have our passports for everything, you know, that happens or whatever. So yeah, but anyway, I'm trying to decide what I want to eat. I want to go to Kroger and get us some vegetables. So y'all know that or whatever. But anyway, girl, I'm rambling right now. Let me kind of get my faculties straight, and then I'll give you girls a call back. I don't know, maybe when I get home. I'm trying to hurry up and get back because it is a little gloomy. But anyway, girls, I'll call y'all when I get to the house.
Anything that you want from me, there ain't nothing but smooth sailing. Anything that you want from me, every single heartache will be kissed and loved away. At my desire.
All right, girls, I am finally home. Y'all, look at the skin, honey. Get into the skin. It's giving velvet. The skin is giving velvet with a little bit of a shine. It is so pretty. So y'all, I did use my Merit Beauty Perfect, or it's called Merit Beauty Great Skin, and this is the primer moisturizer. So I don't know if y'all remember, but earlier this year, Merit sent over some products, and so they sent over the primer moisturizer along with a serum, along with a concealer stick. And so today I was like, you know what, let me just use this primer, because y'all, lately I've been having some little dry patches kind of like along my forehead and just, you know, like on this side of my face or whatever. And so I just wanted a little bit of extra moisture, and girl, it did the job. And the skin just looks gorgeous. I'll link everything below. But another thing that I'm kind of into now that I wasn't into in the past is just having a little bit of a shine to my skin. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, being a woman of a particular age, honey. I just feel like it's good to have just a little bit of a shine. Like, I don't want my makeup to be too matte. I like more of a radiant feel. And then on my lips, I also don't like a matte on my lips either. I've always been like that when it came to like my lipstick and stuff, or lip glosses, or whatever it is that I have going on. So I like my lips to have a gloss to them, because they just, you know, having that little bit of a shine, it just makes you look so soft and supple. Now, I'm doing that intentionally right now because of the weather, but girl, come the summertime, I'm not gonna need to really do any of that, because I'm still a very, very oily girl with a lot of you know, a lot of oil in my skin. But I definitely feel like adding a little bit of you know, of shine or whatever right now. Y'all, at the pawn shop, I be trying to be really, like, because the guy, like I was telling y'all, he did give me permission to film, but y'all, I just was trying to be really, really careful not to get anyone, because truth be told, like, I've gone in there before, and it was a girl, she was having to sell some of her stuff, and it was people in there today. And you know, I think for a lot of people that's like a shameful thing. You know, they feel a lot of shame, and not to mention like a lot of the things that, like the things that you have to sacrifice just to pay bills is probably things that they worked really, really hard for. And it's like, damn, I gotta put put my stuff in layaway just to make ends meet or have to pawn my stuff. And that can be really, you know, embarrassing or shameful for people. And, you know, so I just be trying to be careful about that. You know, like, I think one of the things that I really am happy about, that I've grown to become, is just someone that I'm a very compassionate person. I'm very thoughtful, and I just, you know, I try to just think everything out that I do, especially when it comes to you know, content or whatever. And so, you know, being in a pawn shop, again, is such a sensitive type of situation, and you know, you don't want to catch anyone on film or on camera, because, you know, that's a very, you know, that could be really, but just the act itself of having to go to a pawn shop to get money in and of itself can be humiliating for a lot of people. And so I do like the fact that I try to think things out, and I try not to get on here and, you know, say like super crazy stuff. And, you know, I do like the fact that I critically think about the things that I'm going to say and do and show on my platform or whatever. But let me tell y'all, it comes from growth, but it also comes from knowing your audience, girls. So y'all, when I first started YouTube, I never really had like super mean comments or anything like that. But what I had started like early on, I wasn't even like a year into the game. And one thing that I realized very, very early on is that I have an audience of women that is going to hold me accountable. And that shit started early. So I knew very early on in the game that this was not going to be a channel where I could just say anything and do anything, because y'all held me accountable very early on in the stage, you know, and just like about advice and stuff like that. And I had always felt like I always felt like, okay, I give really good advice, really sound advice. But there was a time where I was giving advice, and at the time it was like, I was saying, oh, you know, if you meet somebody and he wants to do nice things for you, like, let him, like, you know, even if you know you're not attracted. And there was someone in the comment. Now, she wasn't mean or anything like that, but she basically kind of was like, now wait a minute, now don't, you know, that's really bad advice. You shouldn't be willing to take anything from anyone who you don't have a genuine interest in. And, you know, she was just basically saying stuff like, be careful about the advice that you give, you know. And so I had to really sit down and think about it, and she was right, you know, and I really couldn't dispute and go back and forth or whatever. She really was right. And so it's just like, from there, I just, you know, every now and again, I would get people, you know, just kind of giving me a little bit of guidance and direction about certain things. And, you know, it just started really early. And I'm going to be honest, I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I really am, because it does make you, you know, it makes you more aware. It makes you more cognizant, and it makes you navigate differently. You know, because you know you can't get up here on this platform and say whatever you want to say, because baby, them bombshells is gonna chew you up, girl. They gonna chew you up, and they're gonna hold you accountable. And so, you know, I think that really, really helped me early in my journey. Another thing is just like, I you know, that I learned early on is like, the things that I show publicly, I really got to be living that life. You know what I mean? Even behind the scenes, even when the camera is not on. And I can't, like, now I just make sure, like, if I'm doing something, even again, when the camera is not on, that it's in line with what I tell y'all. You know, if I'm telling y'all, don't let, you know, people take advantage of you, or, you know, if you're going to date, you know, date with intention or whatever it is, I make sure that I'm doing that as well. Because just think about it, like, if I got on here and told y'all don't be eating ribs and, You know what I'm saying? Don't do this and don't do that. And then behind the scenes, I'm doing it, y'all. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but what you do in private will slowly show in public. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if y'all heard the saying that what you eat in private shows in public. And that's just not what that's not just in a literal sense. That's also, okay, let me reframe what I'm trying to say. That's not just speaking literally, that's also speaking figuratively. And so if I'm telling y'all like make sure you have your ducks in a row, and make sure this, make sure that, and then I'm giving all this advice, but I'm not living any of the advice that I'm giving you, that shit is going to show up on camera some kind of way. It's going to show up. And so that's another thing that I've gotten out of this YouTube journey, like making sure that who you say you are, you really are that person, whether the camera is on or whether the camera is not on. Being authentic, because your audience knows you, and they gonna know that you down to the thing line, girl. So yeah, but that is, again, it just goes back to growth. And then, and another thing too that I love about this, just my YouTube journey and trying to grow and stuff or whatever. I love the fact that, like I'm able to be authentic and tell y'all, just different stuff. Like, I love the fact that I feel like can't nobody spray me with my own tea. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like, can't nobody come back and be like, well, girl, when you was in high school and in college, you used to be doing all of this bad stuff. Like, y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? So, baby, don't let nobody spray you with your own tea. You hear me? I understand if you are a private person, but to be honest with you, just telling people about your past and some of the choices you made, and whether it's relationship or just bad choices that I made in life that I talked to you girls about, just bad stuff that I did as a young teenager and a young adult. You don't know who you're helping. That could be a testimony for a lot of people. You never know who you're helping with your story and with your journey, So that's another benefit, and another thing that I appreciate about this journey and being on YouTube is that I have been able to be extremely transparent about my life. And I don't have to ever worry about nobody coming down to the thing, girl. Trying to pull the remember when on me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh, y'all, I hope these curls come out. They look like they'll be okay. I'm going to leave them like this for right now until we add the flexi rods. But, yeah, girl. I don't know, girls. Do y'all know it's still January? Y'all, this has been the longest month in history. I think it's like January the 158th. You know what I'm saying? Like this month has literally felt like 3 months. So I did hear today, I heard before I picked the camera up, that a federal judge or two federal judges basically, I hope I'm saying this correctly. I want to say that they filed an injunction, and that's basically saying that there can never be a freeze placed on federal funding, for certain programs. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. When I tell you yesterday, I was so worried. I was more or less worried about the kids. A lot of kids are on programs where they get free lunch or they get lunch at a discounted price. Reduced lunch, that's what it's called. Y'all, I was so worried because I was just like, what are they gonna do? And it's like a lot of little kids, they don't have the means of having food. A lot of little kids go to school, because of course they have to, but another reason is because they get a whole meal there. My best friend was telling me that one school sends the kids home with like a sack of food, or food for the weekend, so they'll have food to eat over the weekend. So I think for me, that was my biggest concern, is like, what are they gonna do about these little kids being able to have lunch? And it was one guy, he had done an interview, and so someone asked him about that. They were kind of like, what about the free lunch program? That federal program is going to stop those kids from being able to have that. And he was like, well, when I was a teenager, I went and got a job and I was able to work. And I'm like, I get what you're saying. We all had jobs as teenagers. He was probably around my age, if not a few years older. But in my generation, if you were 16, you had a job. But we're not talking about kids from back in the day. We're talking about the kids now. Life is different now. If you 15, 16, whatever years old, your job is to go to school. And so, and that's not even who everybody, it's like, okay, I understand that you had a job when you were a kid, but what I'm also willing to bet is that your kids right now, I guarantee you, they don't have to go work down to the Taco Bell or the Walmart or the HEB. I guarantee you they don't, because you provided a life for them where they don't have to do that. But more importantly, I was more concerned about like little kids. We're talking about 5 years old, 6 years old, that age range. What do you want them to do? So you saying that they're supposed to have a job too? So yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, girl, I was stressed all day. And that's why I didn't pick up the camera, because yesterday was stressful, guys. Yesterday yesterday was the 28th. Y'all, that was a very stressful day for the head bombshell, because of, him announcing, him cutting off federal aid for the kids. And, I know it was other programs where people were affected, but I don't know. Y'all know I love kids. Y'all know that. And I'm gonna be honest. I think I told y'all this before, but girls, if I could do it all over again, I would be a pediatrician. I think, that's definitely what I would do or whatever. But right now, girl, I don't have the wherewithal in me to be going back to school and all of that. But yeah, if I could do it all over again, I would be a pediatrician. So y'all would be calling Dr. Rochelle Chanel. But yeah, so maybe in my next life, I'll be a pediatrician.
When I feel what I feel, sometimes it's hard to tell you so. You may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. There are times when I find you wanna keep yourself from me. When I don't have the strength, I'm just a mirror of what I see. But at your best, you are love. You're a positive motivation.
Freaky escapator's got me going. If you better when it keeps on going. I broke you up for night and I'm not tired. Bring your body here and take me higher. Oh, baby, why's gotta be so good? Oh, baby, don't you know you got me up? Oh, baby, yeah, you know you got me shook. Oh, baby, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm not ready.
Hey girls. All right, y'all. So I just finished taking a shower, and I wanted to get the closet organized and everything, and I did. So Y'all, I took a oil infused shower. So basically lately, because of the weather, it's hot outside today, by the way, guys. So it's really hot and humid in Houston. It's been raining all day. But you know, my skin had been kind of a little bit dry lately on my face and stuff. And then I also shaved, but I like to shave with like oil-based products and stuff. And sometimes when your skin is acting weird, it's just good to add a little bit of oil to your shower routine. All right, so basically for my shower routine, I just did the basics in terms of you know, the bar soap that I use, as well as, so guys, I use a body wash and I use a bar soap. I use the bar soap first, then the body wash second. But what I did, like when I shave under my arms, I like to add oil first because it stops me from having, you know, like hyper pigmentation. So you guys can see that. The oil-based shaving product that I use, it is called Moisture Shave, and this is by Tropicanic Glow. Well, the name of it is Tropicanic Glow, but I thought it was but anyway, so this is it right here. I'm almost out. I also use shaving cream as well. And then after I did my basic routine of just washing with bar soap, guys, I use olive oil of Olay soap. So I use that, and then I also use my body wash. But in between the body wash, I did use my Jo Malone. This is, let me see, this is Jo Malone Mirror and Tonka, and this is like a shower oil. So I did use this, and look at the glow on my skin. So it's, number one, it smells amazing. Number two, it just gives you this really nice soft glow. And then after I got out of the shower, I used coconut oil, body oil by Palmer's. But I use this under my arms. Guys, whatever you do to your underarms, you also want to do that to your bikini area. And so if anybody out there suffers with like ingrown hairs and stuff like that or whatever, try to just keep whatever areas you have it, even if it's just in your bikini line, underarms, you get ingrown hairs, try to use some type of oil, you know, in those areas, even in between either shaving or waxing. If you get waxed, my recommendation is before your wax appointment, when you take your shower, make sure that you're putting an oil or something under your arm so the waxing won't be as, it won't hurt as bad. So yeah. And then I also use a little bit of my Neutrogena sesame oil as well. And so, that's why I got this really nice glow. But it just hydrated my skin really good, and it just feels amazing. Oh, let me say this real quick. After you shave under your arms, like a couple of days from now, your underarms may itch. Try not to scratch under your arms. A way that you can avoid scratching under your arms is by using peppermint oil. So just a drop of peppermint oil on a cotton ball, and just basically put that under your arms. If they start itching, you can do it at night or in the morning. Girl, peppermint oil is very potent. So try to do it maybe at night, and that's gonna stop you from scratching under your arms. Because what I noticed is, like, when I used to scratch under my arms, I used to get hyperpigmentation, and it would, you know, make my underarms and stuff like really dark or whatever. And I'm trying to get them, you know, to look nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I think I deviated a little bit. Another app, so after you use a drop of peppermint oil, just one drop per cotton ball, wipe under your arms with it, and then you want to take some alcohol. This is alcohol in this bottle or whatever. So I had this extra Sol de Janeiro bottle that I had some hand sanitizer in. I use it all up, and I just fill the bottle up with alcohol. So you want to spray alcohol under your arms after you've used the peppermint oil. Make sure that it's 100% peppermint oil. But yeah, that's a way for you to not have to worry about you know, not have to worry about those itchy, uncomfortable armpits and the dark hyperpigmentation as far as my face is concerned. Gray Skin Instant Glow Serum. So that's what I have on my face right now, guys. I don't have on any makeup. Y'all know I be liking to look pretty when I come down to the Bombshell Network, but yeah, so you guys are seeing my skin in the flesh. No makeup, no concealer, no foundation, none of that. So yeah, girls, but that was my shower routine, and I feel very hydrated and relaxed. Guys, I'm feeling so pretty because right now I got the music playing in the background. Did y'all like my screensaver, girl? Let me show y'all. I don't know how YouTube just put this on my screen, but I was watching a vlog, and after the vlog stopped playing, this came up, and y'all, it's so like cozy and girly and pretty. I love it so much. And I want to put a little bit of this Clinique. It's like a, what is this? Is a Take the Day Off charcoal cleansing gel, but I just want to put a little bit under my oh my god, y'all, oh my god, girl, look, oh my goodness, that looks so ugly. I hate it, but it does get the job done. So, oh my god, y'all, that looks scary. Oh, you know what else I was gonna tell y'all? Like, with my neck, another thing that I do, anything I do to my face as it relates to just cleansing, girl, I make sure that I include my neck in the entire process. And then I use like these, for my skin, I use these like brushes. And let me see if I can show y'all. Hold on, let me take these raccoon eyes off first, girl. All right, that's just what I needed. Yes, okay, much better. Y'all, what I use to wash my face, to just get out, you know, all of the oil and stuff off, I use oil-free acne wash by Neutrogena. So I'll use this and this. And I literally just take one pump and I spread it on the brush, and I just go around my face. And so that's how I keep everything exfoliated. I also do it on my neck. So, and I actually do this every day. And if anybody is wondering if it's too abrasive, no, it is not. It's not too abrasive, but you want to do that because you don't want skin and stuff building up, you know, and having, you know, just that dry skin. And then you'll eventually, because if you, well, for me, if I don't do it, let me just say it like this. If I don't do it, if I don't exfoliate my skin daily, I will get like little dry patches. And so that will happen from time to time. Not often, but it will happen. And so I just have to make sure that I am completely just getting all of the, you know, dry skin and stuff off my face or whatever. Even though I'm an oily girl, it's just like the weirdest thing. And what I noticed is the only thing that will balance my skin, even though I'm an oily girl, is oil. Like this product right here. So this Merit Perfect Skin or whatever, it does balance me out. And now I'm like, gosh, that is so weird. But yeah, girl, so that is my very, very, very simple skincare routine. I remember when I first started working at ABB, and I was making really, really good money. And girl, I remember just going to Sephora and just going crazy buying all of these expensive products, all of this like stuff that I would see the girls on YouTube with or whatever. And girl, I ended up you know, just using all of these like fancy products. When I tell you, girl, that shit tore my skin up so bad. My skin was in so much trouble. It was so flaky and dry. It was inflamed. Y'all, that was the worst my skin had ever been. And so after that, I ended up switching back to Neutrogena, just a simple store-bought product, not anything fancy. And I've been using it consistently ever since. And this is my skin. You know, I feel pretty comfortable. I will leave the house like this, but y'all know I'll be wanting to be glammed up, girl. I don't know, girls, lately I've been feeling like I've always kind of been a homebody, but with everything going on lately, I've just like, I don't know, I just feel like it's best to just stay home. If you don't have to leave, don't leave. That's kind of where I am. Y'all know, you guys heard about that plane crash last night, leaving Kansas City, going into Washington, and it was just really sad. It was a collision. That's really what it was, and just really, really sad. And I'm just like, damn, it's so much stuff happening, and then, you have that, and, right now, guys, we have some, some really, I have a lot of stuff going on in my family right now, and, I don't want to, talk about it or whatever, but just keep my family in your prayers, please. So, things have been a little bit tough lately, but I'm still trying to show up and, do my job and do what I have to do.
1 with a trigger, 2 with a bat, 3 big brothers, 4 runners follow me. So I guess a brother gotta throw. Tell him like this, you better get up on my camp, dude. Before I have to pull my dad to get real rude. I don't figure that it's worth getting hurt. Just cause your gal wanna give me that skirt. Bet it feel funny when you're doing 69. Knowing that you're sipping on all my Jimmy wine. And when you get a kid, do you feel bad? Knowing that you swallowed all the speeder that I had. You wanna step to me, but I don't really think you should. I should have shot you up instead. I told you something good. Tell me something good.
All right, girls, here are my nachos. Now, I know a lot of people like their nachos like super cheesy, soupy or whatever, but like I was saying earlier, I'm not like a really big fan of cheese, so this is perfect for me. And then I just added just a little bit of sour cream. So anyway, girls, let me enjoy these nachos, and then I'm gonna call y'all back. Y'all, that food was so hot. Y'all, my mouth is very sensitive, so it was a little spicy for the kid. But anyway, y'all, I was sitting here thinking about this guy that I met when I first went through my breakup and I was trying to date again. So I met this dude or whatever, and y'all, this guy was, girl, he was very well dressed, baby. He was cleaner than the board of health in terms of his fashion sense. Like, I'm gonna be honest, his fashion sense was in line with mine. Like, he was very well put together. And so he worked in oil and gas, had a nice job, nice career, whatever. So we kind of had that in common. I think we might have went on 1 or 2 dates. But anyway, he was telling me that he was really impressed by me. He loved the fact that I was very career focused and stuff like that. And he was saying that his daughter had just moved back in with him. I think she had been living there for about 3 or 4 months. And, his daughter had gotten into some trouble and just kind of had a really rough past, and he was trying to get her, just back on the straight and narrow. Anyway, he was saying that she had an interview coming up, and he really wanted me to like talk to her, and again, just because he liked how I carried myself and stuff like that or whatever. So anyway, and by the way, this guy was very, very polished. But anyway, so he was like, I'm gonna be taking her to Dillard's to get some new clothes and, get more of a career wardrobe. And so he was saying, she'll be home, at whatever time. And I was just wondering if you could talk to her. And I was like, okay, and I was like, well, just call me, when you guys, when she gets home or whatever. So, girl, he called me about 2 hours later or whatever. So they was in the car and they was on their way to Dillard's, girl. So he was like, okay, hold on, let me put her on the phone. So he put her on the phone, and I was just talking to her, and I was just trying to, get a feel of just, the type of stuff she liked. Because I didn't want to just jump straight into it and be like, so you need to answer the questions on the interview like this. I didn't want to do that. So I kind of was easing my way into it. And so, I was just asking her, like what kind of stuff she liked to do. And she was just like, hang out. And I was like, damn, he said she was rough, but I didn't expect her to be that rough or whatever. So I was like, okay, hanging out. I was like, you know, where do you like to hang out? And she was like, the corner store. And I was like, man, this girl was rough around the edges or whatever. So then, you know, we had gotten into, you know, like, you know, what type of work she wanted to do, or, you know, what type of work she's done in the past. And she really didn't have an employment history. So anytime you don't have an employment history, I'll always say, you know, the way that you can build your resume out is just saying that you worked at the church. So anyway, I was just kind of trying to, you know, give her some tips and stuff, because, you know, even though she was going to this interview, she really didn't have a resume or anything to present. So I was like, well, do you belong to a church? Maybe we can create a resume for you, just something for you to take, something to have when you go to the resume. I don't go to church, y'all. This girl was rough. I was just like, so every time I said something, it just felt like she was biting my hand, like she was biting my head off or whatever. I think I might have asked her, you know, like, well, you know, what do you want to do? Like, you know, just trying to get an understanding of what she wanted to do. I think she said, I want to hang out at the store. Girl, so after she said that, after she barked at me that third time, I just got really, really quiet or whatever. And then, you know, after I kind of had like a pregnant pause, I was just like, okay, well, you know, it was nice talking to you. Can you put your dad back on the phone? So she put him back on the phone. Y'all, why? Y'all, while she was in the background talking, you said she was gonna give me a job. And so I'm thinking to myself, I know this fool didn't tell this damn girl that I was gonna get her a job. So anyway, he was snapping on her and he was like, that's my friend. So girl, he started like chastising her, fussing at her or whatever. And I was like, hell no. It's one thing to be a little rough around the edges. I think, you know, I'm a little rough around the edges. We all have a little bit of, you know, everybody can use some refining, but that was a bigger job than I could handle. Long story short, I don't know what ended up happening to her, because at some point I did stop talking to him. Shit, he said she had a little bit of a rough, like a little bit of a rough background, but it was, baby, that shit was sandpaper. You hear me? So anyway, girl, y'all, why did I end up giving him a nickname? So I ended up nicknaming him Daddy Daughter. Yo, I don't even know why and how that nickname came about, but girl, like, I wish I would have told y'all the story a while ago, because it's not as fresh in my mind. I just remember the girl being super rough. But yeah, girl, so anyway, I started like calling him Daddy Daughter, but he never knew his nickname. But anyway, so he would like occasionally text me, or he would occasionally, you know, try to, you know, send me little text messages or whatever, but that wasn't anything. I was like, I didn't want no parts of this shit. Sometimes I know women be like, I don't want a man with young kids, but sometimes, y'all, these guys, they can be in their mid to late 40s, even their 50s. But a lot of times these guys still have kids at home, even if the kids are in their 20s, and those kids, they need a lot of help. You know, these are not kids that necessarily in college, and you know, I'm not judging him because his daughter was rough around the edges, because y'all know, shit, y'all could have given birth, you know, you have kids and you do the right thing by your kids. You make sure that they go to school, they have everything that they want and everything that they need. You go to parent teacher conferences, you do everything you have to do as a parent, and despite that, the kids sometimes will still come out rough and still end up doing what they want to do, because there is a lot, sometimes the outside influences are way more aggressive and way more impactful than the internal influence. Y'all, we be, you know, navigating the waters, trying not to mess with these guys with these little bitty kids, but girl, you start dealing with a dude who have 21, 22, 23-year-olds and that still are heavily reliant on their parents and are on their dad, and it's just as rough as dating a guy with little bitty kids, sometimes worse, because shit, these kids, you know, they need money and they need this and they need that, and you know, oof. But anyway, girl, I didn't want no parts of Daddy Daughter, honey. All right, y'all, I gotta get up here and try to get these shoes a little bit more organized. Y'all, look at these. I haven't ever worn these. Y'all, aren't these cute? Too cute. Haven't worn these. So I try to have all of my shoes like color coordinated. Super cute. I love those. Those are from Nine West. Okay, these look pretty organized up here. Let me move these over. Look at these. Again, never worn. And this is why I stopped shopping. This is why, because most of this stuff in here, most of these shoes have never been worn. And it just makes no sense to keep shopping and shopping and shopping. And I haven't worn this stuff. It's just ridiculous. I love these. Again, oh, you know what? I've worn these twice, but these are really, really cute. Oh, do y'all have y'all closet color coordinated, or how do y'all coordinate y'all closet? Just chime in the comment section. Okay. Yes, baby. I feel so good. I need to put the rest of my purses in here, but for right now, I'm just gonna sit these up. Y'all, look. Isn't this just like the most unique bag? This is so different and so cute. Very, very different. So I haven't carried this with anything yet. Girl, I don't know what they got going on upstairs, but girl, they been arguing. Baby, they have been up there arguing. And I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry. I just wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that, girl. They be getting up like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it seems like the minute they get up, it's already fussing and fighting. And I'm like, damn, how do y'all cope? Y'all, I would be exhausted. I'm sorry. That damn relationship would be over with. You know, like at this stage of the game, all of that arguing and fussing and debating back and forth, like, I'm sorry, I don't know how old they are or whatever, but I just feel like at some point in your life, this shit it has to come to an end. I just wouldn't be able to live my life like that. But you know, I think what I have to understand is, like, some people find enjoyment in chaos. You have people that are very, very manipulative. And then too, y'all, don't think just because you're an adult and you are a woman or a man of a particular age that there aren't still bullies out here, guys. There are bullies at all ages. We're witnessing that right now with the current administration in office. You know, those guys are bullies. You know, there's always going to be people that try to bully you, or there's always going to be people that try to you know, bait you into arguments and conflict. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe that people like that are happy, because there is no way in hell, if you are a happy person, you're not walking around constantly having conflict and arguing and, you know, at odds all the time. At some point, at what point do you just throw your damn hands up and just not be okay with that? I will never understand that. I know that I have an avoidant personality. I know that. But I would much rather have an avoidant personality than just to have, you know, just to be like a person that's always at odds. I don't know what type of personality type would be more combative or more aggressive or more difficult. I don't know what personality type you would call that, but whatever it is, I don't want no parts of it. I remember somebody was telling me, like, oh, you've gotten soft, like, because I don't like to argue, because I wasn't always like this. And I've told you guys that before, and they was like, oh, you gotten soft. No, I haven't gotten soft. I found peace. I don't feel that just because you've chosen peace and you enjoy your peace that you've gotten soft, because you're not going to sit up. I'm not going to be sitting up and damn tongue wrestling with you all day. I'm not doing that. Another thing that I've noticed, when you are a person that does not like to, that don't like to argue, or you're not a very difficult person, or you're pretty easygoing, another thing that I've noticed is that people will literally be like, they'll say that you're boring. Or if you don't engage in a lot of drama and shit like that, people would literally deem you as boring. And I'm like, yeah, you're only saying that, again, because it goes back to finding happiness within yourself and finding peace. You know what I'm saying? And then too, it's just so much easier for me. My life has become so much easier just to let shit go. Let shit go and just move on with my life. And it's just like, and yeah, maybe the way that I let things go is a little bit different, because when I say let things go, like, I'm not going to continuously have someone in my life that has tried to bully me or bait me into arguments. And so the way that I let shit go is I just let the person go. You know, I'm just not going to have people like that in my life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You know, and if you're still waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning arguing, y'all, I think it's after 9 o'clock and they still arguing. So I'm just saying, like, people like that who wake up, it's like, girl, when they wake up in the morning, I'm sure the devil probably be scared as hell. They probably be like, shit, she up. You will have people that will deem you as boring because you don't indulge in the bullshit. But at this point, at this stage in the game, I just want my life to be easy. That's it, y'all. I just really want to make my contribution to society. I want to do the right thing. I want to go about it the right way. I want to help my community, you know, and just have beautiful experiences and just look pretty. That's all I want. I don't want any beef with nobody. And y'all ever heard someone say, like, oh, she don't want no smoke with me? You goddamn right I don't. You're right. I don't. Y'all, that's a hard life to live, guys. That's a hard life. And when you are like that, I just be feeling like people who are very argumentative and very difficult to get along with, that I just feel like their life is always in flight or fight mode. And it's just like, damn, how do you decompress from that? How do people like that, they never find peace. I've come to the resolve of people like that never find peace. Also, people who like to argue and are always confrontational, there is no winning with them. You just got to let them win. You just got to let them have it and just walk away, because it's just no point, you know, because a lot of times what I've noticed is like people that do a lot of arguing and stuff, girl, the minute you put the shamalama ding dong on them, and the minute you know, kind of, you know, they push you far enough and you end up losing your shit on them, I noticed that they then play the victim. If I am in a relationship like that shit is probably not going to even last 5 business days, because I'm out.
I'm craving your body. Is this real? Temperatures rising. I don't wanna feel. I'm in the wrong place to be real.
Y'all have got to get on this raspberry leaf tea. I am addicted. I cannot go a day without drinking this. I think I'm pretty confident that I told y'all about this in another vlog, but anyway, y'all, I'm telling you, I have seen a huge difference. I used to, you know, have like digestive issues, haven't had any of that. Y'all know them cramps used to be taking me to the king, baby. My cramps have not been as bad. It has just made a big difference. So Again, this is a raspberry leaf tea, organic. So I bought this from Kroger last night when I went. Yeah, that was last night when I went to Kroger. Definitely get you some. I think the first time I got it, I ordered it from Amazon. So now I'm trying to support more local stores instead of ordering stuff. Y'all, I canceled my Amazon Prime membership. I canceled that shit. So, but anyway, y'all need to get some of this. And I'm also gonna like start trying other teas because this has made such a big difference. I'm gonna try turmeric tea. I think that's also good for inflammation as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look into it. But yeah, girl. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sleepy. It is after 10 o'clock and I feel like I've been filming all day and I'm pissed because I gotta still edit this vlog. All right, y'all, I was looking at this one girl on TikTok and she was saying like, if there is something that happened to you in your life that you cannot get over and you wonder, you know, why or how or whatever it is that you can't get over. She said, go in a room, close the door, go in a room by yourself, close the door, tell the story out loud as if you are talking to someone else. And as you're telling the story out loud as if you're talking to someone else, you will see exactly where you were vulnerable. You will see exactly where, you know, you made mistakes. And you will also see where, you know, things went the way that they did. And then she said, but after you do that, you'll also see that nobody will ever play with you or have you in that situation again. She was saying like, sometimes we worry about being too vulnerable with other people, but in the meantime, we're not vulnerable enough with ourselves. And I was like, wow, that's so true. So if there is anybody else that's holding on to something, any type of hurt or regret or whatever it is, just do that exercise because it does make a difference. Because let me say this, like when you hold on to hurt, regret, just things like that, that stuff hinders you. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to imply that you're holding on to it. I'll just say when you don't have the tools to let it go, when you don't have the tools to get past the pain and that type of stuff or whatever, it does hinder you and it hurts you more than you know. And although it may not be showing up how you think it will, it's showing up somewhere. So I just wanted to say that. And then also I was watching a guy and he said he started dating someone or whatever, and he had always had this fear of abandonment, and it was like his biggest fear. But he said anytime he would date people, he would just notice that they would start to abandon him. And so then, oh shoot, hold on girl, hold on Erica, y'all be over here listening to Erica De Niro TV. But anyway, so he was saying that he had noticed the pattern of everyone abandoning him anyway. So he had started dating someone, and then he noticed that that person started to abandon him. Like, you know, just started getting distant. They were not doing as many things together, and just the, you know, just the direction of the relationship started to change. And then he was like, this is the only person that had ever told him this. Y'all, why did he say the person he was dating told him, like, I started to abandon you because I noticed that you abandoned yourself? Y'all, when I heard that, that was so powerful. And so the person started explaining more of like, I noticed that when we first met, you would go to the gym, you would go do your own thing, you were into the arts and you were into this and you did all of these different things. But as you know, we started to do more things together, you started abandoning yourself, your health, the things that you loved, and everything came, you know, everything started to be about me. You know, that's what the person told him. And because I saw you abandoning yourself, I felt that, you know, you were, I guess they were saying like he wasn't as attractive to them in that sense. And so they decided to abandon him as well. Y'all, if anybody out in Bombshell Nation sees that pattern within themselves of, you know, you're doing well, things are going great, you're going to the gym, you're doing this, and then you meet somebody and you stop all of that and you start putting their needs and wants and their desires above yours, try to recognize that early on and try not to do that, because when somebody sees that everything that you have going on is not as important as they are, they take you for granted. You know, I think that it is unfortunately not as attractive either. I do think that it's more attractive when you have your own life and when you won't put your plans on hold for them. You know, every now and again, maybe. But to make it a habit, I just don't think that that's a good idea. And I can speak to this firsthand because it's something that I used to do in friendships and in relationships, and I don't do that anymore. If I have something planned, I'm going to follow it through. You know, if I have to film a sponsorship or edit or whatever it is that I have to do, I make sure that I take care of all my stuff first, and then if there's anything else secondary, then I'll do that. So I just wanted to you know, just close the vlog out, you know, with that. I hope that there's somebody out in Bombshell Nation that can benefit from that. But anyway, girls, it's getting a little bit late. It is 10:21. You guys will be getting this vlog early in the morning. So you'll get to enjoy this while you are at work. But let me get to editing. I hope that you guys enjoy this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.